Hey everybody, Fishman here, and welcome to another video. This is Fisherman Vlog number 16, and these little guys you're looking at here are wild-caught Corydorus concolor. Now, I didn't start out looking for these guys. I was looking for a healthy Cory to breed, and that was pretty much my only real criteria. I actually hadn't really heard of these guys before, but I ran across them, and they fit the bill. They're not striking in color or anything, though when they get a little bit older, the males will get a bit of a higher dorsal fin and a little bit more color, so it'll be fairly easy to sex them out for breeding. And that kind of actually reminded me of a Cory I used to breed many, many years ago, Peppers, and the males had a bit of a high dorsal fin as well. And I kind of like that, so this is more than good enough. And this is just something for my own personal use. It's just something I used to do years ago, and I just wanted to try it again. It's not hard to breed Corys, and it was just something I want to try out. So I just dumped in here are some scuds from the tank just off to the left. And that's one of the things I try to do when I get new fish in, especially in the first few days, is to feed them a lot of extra live food. It's just a great stimulant. It just makes them perky and happy and feel at home and safe and all the things that are necessary. And scuds are great for that for these guys because, well, first off, they go along the bottom and it's easy for them to find. They won't eat the large ones, but they will eat the little baby ones. And as you can see, it makes them rather excited, and it's actually a really cool thing. Now, also the larger ones will just get into the plants and also into the underground filter, and they will supply little baby scuds, and it'll be something that they can eat and supplement their diet ongoing. And as you already know, it's something I try to do for pretty much every tank I have. That actually is another thing I'm trying to do, and that is find new sources for fish. You guys have it a little easier, actually quite a bit easier in the States with your shipping, and also with all the different people who are setting up fish rooms and trying to supplement their income. It's not the same thing up here. It's very much more difficult. I have tried shipping, not living things, just shipping like the giveaways and stuff. And with the kind of delays we end up with, it's just not possible. I mean, I could try and ship like overnight and that sort of stuff, but even that's not guaranteed at the moment. So it's definitely not something I can do, and so I'm trying to find a lot of stuff that's local. And this fellow here that got me these is actually, he's not a breeder. He does breed a few different things. There's another Cory I'm going to be getting off of him, which also has a nice high dorsal fin. For some reason, I don't know why, it's just something I like about Corys in general. He's also got some wild-caught ruby-nosed tetras. And the other tank actually that's just about 3 or 4 down to the left here, I have some that I was raising up, and I was going to start breeding them. So now I'm going to get those wild ones in as well, and then I'm going to mix them together, and there should be some really good genetics for that. So I'm hoping that will work out well too. And it's always I always like getting like suppliers that I know, and hopefully that will work out long term. I mentioned a few things to them that I wanted to get, and some of it seems to be possible. So we'll see how that works out. But also while I was doing that, I ran across a couple of people who are not really breeding for profit really, but they are breeding fish because they like to, and they have some fry and some juveniles, that sort of stuff. And I'm going to be picking up some stuff. I mean, I don't need specific things. Most of my clients want 3 things. They want community because they don't want their fish killing each other. They want color, and they want their fish to live. And that's pretty much it. So that's fairly easy criteria. I mean, one of the things I'm picking up hopefully in the next day or two is from a young lady nearby who's just breeding mollies. And like I said, they're gold dust mollies. They're lovely. And that should work out just fine. So anyway, we'll see how that all goes. The other main thing I want to show you today are these guys. These are the 2 high humidity planter filters I put on the top row on the far right for the new part of the recycled rack, because I want to get these up and running today, and I want to show you how easy it is to do this. I mean, I'm trying to make this as streamlined as possible because, I mean, like I said, the easier it is, the more likely I am to do what needs to be done on it. And I think I've got to the point now where it is pretty much as easy as it can get. I mean, all I do is I pull the rods out and then pull the top off, give it a tilt to get most of the moisture out, which is really kind of nice. And I really like how much humidity is building up in these. And then all I'm going to do now is just put some plants in it. Now, obviously, later on, I won't be putting plants in. I'll be pruning them. But again, it's not really much of a difference. It's just a matter of either pulling stuff out or putting stuff in. And then all I'll do afterwards is just put the cap back on, put the rod back in, and it is done. Now, the reason why I have selected these two particular tanks for this is I need to divide up my guppy colony for starters, because it's not so much crowded in there, but I know I am losing a fair number of fry simply because when they get crowded like that, I find that you tend to lose probably a little higher percentage of the fry than I would like to, and this is just easier to divide up. More of them will survive that way. And that is a small snip I took off of I'm pretty sure it's called Red Luigia. It's a plant I got from Angelo, from Angelo's Fish Tanks. So if you're watching, Angelo, and you remember what it's called, just leave a comment below and let me know, because I don't remember what it was. I know it's a Luigi of some kind, could be Repens. My nomenclature is, well, I used to keep up on that sort of stuff years and years ago, but I got obviously the feeling, and I'm pretty sure I'm right, that what taxonomists like to do is they spend their summers out collecting, and then they spend their winters renaming everything, because a lot of the stuff I used to know the names of are no longer. They've renamed most of them, and I don't bother anymore. I don't keep up. I know it's a Luigi of some kind, and that's fine for me, and none of my clients care, and as long as I can grow it and it looks nice, that's all that really matters. So this Java fern obviously is doing really well, and as you've seen in the other high humidities I've done, it does extremely well in it, and we're going to try out a few new plants. I was thinking about trying Cryptocrine in this, but I think I might save that for another, because I really do want to try Luigi first, because I showed you, I think it was last week, the little piece that's sticking above the water, and that's without any cap on it at all, and it seems to be doing really well. So I'm hoping that it's going to continue to do really well in here too. And now what I'm going to do also is I'm going to, as I said, I want to divide up my guppy colony. I'm going to put a few in the one where my arm is right now, and then I'm going to divide up the high-fin platy colony, and I'm going to put some in this tank here. Now that may change, I'm not sure yet. The left-hand one, I haven't decided exactly what's going to go in here, but I suspect that's what it's going to be. So, and that's it. That's all it takes. And as you know, in a few weeks, this is going to be growing up quite nicely. And that's one thing I really like about these things. First off, they grow really nice, and they also keep the tanks really, really stable. This is definitely by far my favorite filter. Not just ones I've built, just in general, my favorite hands down filter. It just does so well. And then the tanks that these things go on there's no difficulty whatsoever in maintaining them, and that's a massive plus. So these are this might just be like a good omen kind of thing, but the very next day after I put these guppies in here, one of the females dropped a ton of fry, and that's great. I just wanted to show you the clip here. These are actually hours old, like not even a full day old at this point. You can still see a bit of a curve in them, and I said this is just a good omen, I guess. Anyway, they're doing really well. I've been feeding them vinegar eels like multiple times a day, and so far everybody's happy, and not like I would ever expect anything else. And anyway, they're doing quite well. So if you like this style of video, please like and or subscribe, and leave comments below as always. Much appreciated. And this last clip is an interesting result. I got a comment saying that the reason why the water wheel wasn't working on the bottom is it just wasn't getting the right kind of flow, so I switched to the drum with it. And as you can see, a week later, here you go, it's not spinning. It's an easy fix, but it was actually interesting to get this result. I'm still taking this filter down because I need the space for some other stuff, but it was kind of nice to have actually happen so quickly, because now I don't have to let it run. This wasn't really intended. I only put two on top of each other here just to save space. But anyway, thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video, and bye for now.